Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
Even though it was more than 15 years ago, I clearly remember looking round the primary school I had set my heart on for my firstborn son, Jacob. Despite being in North London, it was set amid green fields, with a huge playground and outdoor space for all the classrooms. It was rated outstanding, and the head told us many pupils went on to attend the most prestigious schools in the area. The classrooms were filled with colorful paintings, and the children were well behaved and neat in their smart uniforms. I was sold, but when I told one of my snootier friends, she reeled in horror. "You're sending him to state school," she sneered incredulously. It was as if I had announced I was letting my 5-year-old loose in a crack den. This is a reaction I have encountered so many times over the years, and I know I am not alone. Another good friend told me about a dinner party with some rich guests who grilled her on why she would even consider sending her daughter to a state secondary school. It was tantamount to child neglect, in their opinion, as if by failing to cough up tens of thousands of pounds to push our children to the front of the queue in life, we are somehow failing as parents. Well, the shoe will soon be on the other foot if Labour's plan to add VAT to school fees comes to fruition should they win the general election. It's thought almost 250,000 children will have to leave their gilded private schools behind and brave the state sector. Imagine all those poor Tarquins and Arabellas having to rough it with the common folk. Do I feel sorry for them? Not a bit. For years, their parents have looked down on families like mine who didn't have the income to pay school fees. For most of their childhood, I supported mine with my writing, and my husband Mike, 48, ran his own small business. We didn't make enough to send one child to a fee-paying school, let alone 4. When my boys were little, I had a radio debate with Katie Hopkins, and she made her views clear. Her children would attend a state school over her dead body. Although the conversation was good-natured, I was still left feeling as if I didn't love my children as much as she loved hers, just because I couldn't afford the fees, even with the 20% discount afforded by dodging VAT. In fact, I think I did my 4 boys, Jacob, 20, Max, 18, and twins Zach and Jonah, 15, a huge favor by sending them to state schools. First, it never stood in their way academically. Jacob got all A's and A*S in his A-levels, and a place at medical school in the toughest ever entry year. It wasn't for him though, as he'd caught the drama bug from his hugely talented teacher and is now studying at a leading drama school in London. Max has been offered a place at one of the country's top music colleges, and the twins are studying like mad for their mock GCSEs. Their state school is hot on revision, and, as a result, last year 83% of pupils achieved A** to be grades at A level. My friend's daughter picked up a clean sweep of A**s and is now studying medicine. Not too shabby, considering how badly their parents let them down by not paying for their education. Naturally, when I hear about friends' privately educated children who didn't get the grades they needed or the places they felt they deserved at university, I have to hide my gleeful reaction. Despite coughing up at least £100,000, plus tutoring in many cases, their offspring still couldn't beat their state school contemporaries. Who looks the fool now? But the real benefit of going to state school is that you get to mix with all walks of life. At primary school, my boys were educated with the children of Afghan refugees, kids whose parents had fled war-torn Somalia, and those who had immigrated from Eastern Europe. The school drop-off was a melting pot of languages, and the PTA's Bring a Dish from Your Home Country event was a culinary trip around the world. At secondary school, they rubbed shoulders with the children of celebrities, who were smart enough to know that paying for education isn't always best, and children in care. It means they can talk to anyone and have no airs and graces. This is in stark contrast to some of their haughty private school friends who either embarrassingly morph into roadmen and start talking street, or amp up their poshness whenever they encounter anyone who isn't from the same tiny, indulged tribe as them. This is no